G'day, it's Rusty from Rusty's Metal Cut Signs and Designs, and in today's video we're going to be cutting some prospecting pick heads out of a hardened steel called Hardox 450. Now these picks are for friends of mine up in Leonora, Lisa and Tony Pilkington, who run Goldtalk Leonora, and I'll put a link in the description below to their website and to their YouTube channel. And if you're interested in going prospecting and you're not sure what to do or how to get started, Goldtalk Leonora have some really good prospecting courses, and they'll teach you the basics. And one of the things they teach you about is how to use a detector, and also you need a pick when you find a target to dig it up. So I'll just show you. Okay, so this is my prospecting pick. It's got a few bends and a few dings in it. They come in all different shapes and sizes. So what we're going to do is we're making a 190, so it's 190 by 110 head, and I'll show you that design shortly. Now the reason we chose Hardox 450 is because if you take standard mold steel plate, which is usually graded at around grade 250, it has a yield strength of about 250 to 280 megapascals and a tensile strength of about 410. Now Hardox 450, and the 450 relates to the Brinell testing number that you get. I won't go into detail, but if you want to look it up, have a look and see what the Brinell hardness testing is. So for Hardox 450, it has a yield strength of 1200 megapascals and a tensile strength of approximately 1400 megapascals. So you can see it's about 5 times stronger. Hardox style of plate is used for bucket wheels. It's used for diverter plates on conveyors. Anywhere there's an abrasive action from material hitting it, it's a much better wear resistant product. So we're going to be making these out of this Hardox 450. I've got a sheet here on the table. It's 3.2 millimeters thickness, and I'll show you the design on the laptop. And I'm also going to do some nesting, because we did a trial run before. We made 5, and now Tony needs another 20 of them. So we're going to, like we did in the previous video, I showed you about how to nest multiple items that are the same. We're going to nest them, and we're going to cut them out of this sheet. So I'll just show you that now. This is the design. It's 190 and it's 110 wide here, and we've brought it into the software, and all we need to do now is I need to duplicate it. So this little box here, the green and blue boxes, so basically Control C, Control V. So now I've got 2. However, I want to rotate it so I can nest them better, so I'm going to turn that around. Now while this one's highlighted, I can grab that and I can move it and get it a little bit closer to that one. And now I've got that, I can highlight the 2 of them, and now I can do it again and say I want 2 more, and again they're highlighted so I can move them in. Now the other thing you need to do too is just check where your start and finish pierce is, and at the moment they're all over the place. I think I'll get 6 on there, so I'll just run a cut of 6. So now I want to duplicate that. So now I've got 6. Alright, and I just need to verify where my start and finish is. At the moment it's showing up here. I'd rather have it in here. So I'm going to put that start there, that start there. Actually, I'll put it over here. So it'll start that cut, then jump across to this one. So when it's finished here, it'll have to come across over to that one. When that's finished, we'll put that one there. And then we'll just put that one there and that one there. Right, so now I've got 6. I'm pretty sure 6 will fit. I'll just double check that. Right, so I've just gone and measured the plate, and I've just added another 2. So the total size of this project is 550, and I had about 600 mil spare on the plate. So that's good to go. So I've also realigned my pierce points, so they're all on the side. So hopefully I'm nesting these, so I'm not really going to have too much wastage on the plate. So the next thing, to do now, I've just got to realign these. I've noticed too, as soon as you move something or adjust something, all these pierce points go back to like a default position. It can be a bit of a pain, but as long as you remember to move them before you start the cut, you're not wasting material. Okay, so now ready to go. Click the big green tick, and that now puts them ready to go. Alright, so next thing to now is just align the torch on the plate, and we'll cut these 6. Alright, so we're ready to cut. Sorry about the glare on the screen. These are my settings, and we've told the torch to be in the bottom left hand corner, which it is. Click the start button and away we go. Here are these prospecting picks we've cut. They're just again, one one's fallen out. Now I've just noticed here, I've actually got room here. I'll probably get another one in this bottom. So instead of wasting this corner plate piece, I'll cut another one in here, and that'll give me 9. As you can see, we'd already cut 5 before. So I get 14 to a run, and I need another 20, so that 9, I'll get another 11 on the next run. So I'll set them up, and I'll come back and show you when I've finished them all. Well, I cut that 9th one out, which was in that corner. Now I've nested another 11, so 9 and 11 will give me 20, and we've got the torch set up in this corner here, so it's the left bottom corner of the sheet, and I'll just show you where that is now. So come over onto the table, and we've got the torch configured right here, so that's where it's going to start, and then it'll run across here, and we'll cut another 11 out. Alright, let's hit the start button and get these underway. So we come up here to the start button. So that's the other 11 cut out, and I'll just show you how to get them out. There's a magnet. I watched someone else do this, so it's not my own idea. So you can just stick it on there and pull it off and pull pieces out like that, which is a pretty cool idea. Trying to do this one-handed with the camera in the other hand, it's a bit hard to pull them out. So there's the other 11 to go with the 9 that I've already pulled. All I do now is, and I'll just take them onto the table, wire buff them just to get this edge, and you can see here, you're pretty much, oh, that camera can focus there, there's not a lot of dross or slag, whatever you want to call it, on that edge. So there's not a lot to clean up really, which I'm really pleased about. So the table's dialed in pretty well. And yeah, so the Hardox just cuts the same as steel. You don't have to do anything special with it. In terms of its cutting on the plasma table, I just dial in whatever I set for 3.2mm mild steel, and away I go. So I'll get these cleaned up. And just to knock the edge off, I'm just using a wire cupped wheel, and it's just a matter of just run over the edge and it knocks the slag off pretty quickly. And here are these pick heads, all 20 of them. Just clean the dross off the back side and just give them a quick wire brush. And you can see how they nice and clean. Okay, what I need to do now is package them up and I'll get them in the mail. Yeah, so this was an interesting job, something a little bit different. In the fact the material we used, as I said, it cuts the same as mild steel. And here's a photo of the pick that Tony's put a socket and a handle on. I'll just show you that now. So as you saw from those photos, the picks are ready to go, and I have it on good authority from Lisa that she's been out trialling one of the picks and she's been finding a bit of gold, and the pick's been working really well. So that's a good result for that Hardox 450 material. Alright, so if you liked the video, a thumbs up would be appreciated. If there's something you didn't like about the video and you do give it a thumbs down, please put in the comments below what it was you didn't like, because I'm always trying to learn how to make better videos, and that feedback would be really helpful. If you do get in contact with Lisa and Tony and you want to go and do one of their courses at Goldtalk Leonora, I'll put a link in the description below for both their website and also their YouTube channel. So tell them you heard about them from me in this video. It's always nice for them to know how people get in contact with them. And if you haven't seen the video series I made on how I built my table, I'll put a link here somewhere to the playlist of videos. You'll be able to watch the 6 video series of how we made this table. If you have any questions or queries, please put them in the comments below. And that's it for this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.